you guys? My name is Hero, and today I'm bringing you some free-for-all gameplay on the map Breach. This video is going to be my first video in my brand new series. It's my first series, and it's going to be called the Road to the Nuked Out Challenge. I did this challenge in Black Ops 2, and I really want to do it again in Black Ops 3. I've gotten a couple 30-0s here in Black Ops 3, but unfortunately I use kill streaks, and you can't use kill streaks when you're trying to go for this challenge. They have to be 30 straight gun kills. Since this is the first video in the series, I'm going to give you a little bit of tips and tricks about what I do and what I'm going to do to help complete this challenge. Hopefully I don't do the challenge too soon. I want this series to run for at least a little while so I can continue to bring you guys some pretty solid free-for-all gameplays before I get it. Like, as bad as I want the challenge, I don't know if I want to get it done just as soon as I can. So I'm going to go into a little bit about what I'm running. First off, you want to use a gun that you're most comfortable with. Like, I would recommend using something like a submachine gun since the maps are so close quartered. Like the VMP and the Vesper are going to be your best friends in this challenge. Like maybe you can even get away with the Kuda, but I found the Kuda a lot of times if it's like a crucial gunfight, the Kuda is not going to win in the Kuda. Like just the difference between using the Kuda and the VMP could be the difference between getting this challenge and not getting this challenge. But I can't sit here and say just to use a VMP. I want you to use a gun that you're most comfortable with because that's going to make all the difference is how good with the gun that you are. Like I can sit here and tell you to use the VMP all you want, but if you're not very good with it, it's not going to help you out. The next crucial part about your gun is the attachments that are going to go with it. You're going to want a lot of like try-hard attachments, I guess you're going to say. Like quick draw, for example. Quick draw can be the difference between you winning the gunfight and the other guy winning the gunfight. I mean, I know quick draw doesn't seem like that big a deal on a submachine gun, but in free-for-all, pretty much everyone is already going to be running one, especially on a close quarter map, and you're going to need every advantage that you're going to get. Now, depending on the gun, maybe you need rapid fire, maybe you don't. VMP, Vesper, I wouldn't use the rapid fire attachment, but if you're using like a Kuda or maybe even a Weevil, use the rapid fire attachment. Asking me if I would use a silencer, I don't know if I would use a silencer. Maybe if you want to try a little bit more of a stealthy play. The problem I have with the silencer is it's the same thing as I was saying before. It can be the difference between winning a gunfight and not losing a gunfight because it just takes too much power off of most of the submachine guns in my opinion. I know it had a huge buff, but it's still not all that great. But if you're stealthy enough and you can work the maps, go ahead and throw a silencer on the gun. Another huge part of this challenge is sound whoring. You're going to want to use the two perks, and I'm going to have these two perks on every single one of my classes that I'm going to attempt this challenge with. And that's going to be dead silence to cancel out my own footsteps, and awareness to hear the other guy's footsteps. You want a good headset, and once you have it, what you want to do is going to go into your audio settings and change your audio in the game to Super Crunch. Super Crunch is going to let you hear those footsteps a little bit better. It's going to help you out a lot. You're going to be able to hear which direction they're going to come from. And this is basically what I'm doing to these guys the entire game. If you see me like standing in some corner, it's usually me trying to figure out which way the sounds are coming from so I can predict. You can pre-fire corners with this. It's very, very effective to use awareness. Like I cannot recommend using awareness enough. And you're going to have to use dead silence so that way you can cancel out your own footsteps because you don't want someone else doing that to you. And you also don't want your footsteps getting in the way of when you're trying to listen to the other guy. Sound whoring and patience is going to be key to this challenge. Like if you see a gunfight that you know you are not going to win, do not challenge that other guy. Just turn around and leave. Get back to your advantage. You want everything to be at your advantage because in a challenge like this, you make one mistake and it's going to cost you the whole entire game. Like you might not have a bad score like I ended up with this one. This is still a pretty good gameplay for a free-for-all match where everything's so hectic, but it would cost me the nuked out challenge when at the very beginning, I ignored a guy I shouldn't have ignored because I knew if I had challenged him, I would have lost, and it was pretty much my first death because I didn't find a good enough advantage point after seeing him. And remember, your kill streaks have to be non-lethal. I recommend running UAV all the time because you want to know where they're at. You want to counter UAV because if you don't have a silencer on your gun, you don't want them to know where you are, and if you can get it, throw on a hater. Throw on that hater because eventually you're going to get a high enough skill streak and that's really going to help you to getting this kill streak. The specialist that'll help you a lot is using Seraph, I believe her name is, because then you can use combat focus. You can get that hater even faster. Once you have a hater, you're going to be at an extreme advantage, especially if you keep using combat focus, you'll be able to get more. Or you can use Vision Pulse like I'm doing here. I'm experimenting with both to see which one's going to help me. So maybe in a future episode, I'll be able to tell you which works better for me to help you guys out. Now this gameplay is wrapping up a little little bit, but don't worry, I'm going to come back with more in this series. I'm really excited about this series. Free for All is like by far my favorite game type because like all you have to depend on is you. It's all about you. And to get this NUKED challenge, I'm going to have to not mess up in order to get it. But this wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.
One shot, one kill. Won't even hear it coming.